Hi, Chris Scully here. Today I want to talk to you about succession. Usually people think of succession in conjunction with exit planning, and it's true that for the most part, succession and exit planning are coupled to a very large degree. But succession doesn't always have to be considered as part of an exit plan. Here's a real simple way to look at succession from a high level. Succession is doing yourself out of a job as a business owner. And that means every function that you do in your business eventually has to be turned over to somebody else. So you're first starting out, you do everything. You're the janitor, you're the marketing person, you're the salesperson, you're doing the recruiting, you're doing the hiring, you're doing the delivery, all of it. Now, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to just discuss succession on one function that you started out doing as a business owner on your own, sales. Now, if you're smart, the salesperson you hire has better sales skills than you. Great. That's a good place to start. But when we're talking about succession, we're talking about turning over everything that you have done successfully in your business that got you to the point of being able to hire your first salesperson. And that means that you actually have to create a salesperson playbook for your company that's unique to your company. And you have to ensure that the salesperson that you hire, as well as any other people that you hire in the future, can understand that playbook and do the actions that you did successfully. Now you might think, well, if the guy already knows how to sell, why do I need to do that? Well, because your business is unique and what you did worked. That doesn't mean that the new salesperson may not come up with better methods at some point, but as a baseline, you want them to start with what worked for you, okay? So what do? You document it. That's building the playbook. Now, you might think, well, I hate writing stuff down. I'm a two-finger typist, so it'll take me forever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's a couple of tips. One, it doesn't all have to be in writing. You could make a video. You can make an audio recording. One technique that I've advised people to do when it comes to documenting the functions of a particular position in their company is to train the person that they hire verbally, go over it with them a few times, clarify any questions, make sure that they've got it, and get them to work. At the end of the day, maybe the last half hour, whatever they need, get them to write up their understanding of what you trained them on that day. That serves two purposes. One is they're doing the work of writing it for you. Two, most importantly, you can see whether or not they actually understood what it is you trained them on. If they didn't, you can take the document they wrote, you can edit it, and then you can go ahead and retrain them so that they do understand it and they do get it. This is a process that you repeat for every detail of that salesperson function in your company. At the end of it, you've got a salesperson playbook, and you have a salesperson that you know is going to be competent or should be competent. Now, you've got to monitor their production, make sure that they're productive, that they're doing the job and getting the results you expect. And if they are, and if you've documented everything, you're good to go as far as training that salesperson. This process repeats over and over again for every single position that you hire somebody for in your company. Over time, you do yourself out of every job that you've done in your company, and you can get to a point where you can effectively be an absentee owner, which means not necessarily that you're gone all the time, but you're gone as much as you want to be or as you're comfortable being, because you've built a team and you've trained a team to be able to run your company the way you would run it, and they're successfully doing that. That's succession from a high level. There's a lot of details to it, and I could spend a lot of time on this subject, but from a high level, that gives you an idea of what succession is about for a small business owner. And yes, eventually, one of the people that you have to put in place on your team is a general manager, somebody who's making the decisions, calling the shots, who's carrying out the strategy for your business. That could be somebody that you're promoting to that position or somebody you're hiring from outside. That's a whole other discussion, but I've given you the general idea of what it takes to do a succession from a small business. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe if you found this information helpful, and I'll see you again next time.